Hey, Jimmy from Cuff and Stuff Barbecue. Well, we've got another good one. We're coming from the kitchen again today. It's cold and nasty outside, so I thought we would try to get this one done. Today we're doing beef ribs. We're gonna do them in the air fryer. And man, they turn out delicious. So before we get started, do me a favor. If you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell so you don't miss anything. And if you like it, like the video. So we're gonna bring you back. Hang tight. Okay, so what we've got is, this is what you see in the grocery store. These are short ribs, beef ribs, or this is normally what you find. This is not those big dinosaur bones. This is what you'll find in the grocery store. And for what we're gonna use, these work fine. Now you could be using baby back ribs. You could use spare ribs. You could use pretty much whatever you want to do this with. Today we're using beef. We wanted to try that and just see how that turned out. We pretty much, they're trimmed up pretty well. I'm not gonna take a whole lot off. I'm gonna leave the membrane on. That seems to help hold them together when they cook. So what I'm gonna do to get these ready to go in the air fryer is I'm gonna start on the back side, and I'm gonna find a bone, and there's a knuckle down on this end, and this is what you have to get around, is that knuckle. And I'm just gonna slice them off one at a time and make them nice and pretty. And when I get them cut up, I'll bring you back. Okay, as you see, we've cut these up into individual ribs. Okay, they're just gonna do better in the air fryer cut up. You couldn't get a whole rib in the air fryer, or a whole rack in the air fryer anyway. So here's what we're gonna do next. Real simple, real good. I'm gonna take a little Lea & Perrins, and I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit over the top, and I'm just gonna rub it in. Everybody says they use this just for a binder, but I swear I think there's some flavor that you get out of doing it like this. I'm gonna put just a little bit on the other side. Again, this membrane is still on here, so I don't think a whole lot is gonna go through here, but I've got some slits that I've cut to let move whatever will go through. And so what's next? Well, of course, I'm gonna use two of my favorite rubs, and they both happen to come from the same gentleman, and that is Uncle Steve. I'm gonna use some Uncle Steve shake. I'm gonna use two different kinds today on these beef ribs. I have not yet combined these together, but I'm gonna try it today, and we're gonna see. Okay, what we're gonna use today is Uncle Steve's shake. This is thick meat. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put just a nice generous little coating right here, right over the top of these ribs. And you know, if you ever run my playlist and play it, you're gonna hear me say it all the time, but man, it smells good. I love this shake. The other I'm going to use is Spicy R. This is the spicier Uncle Steve's. It's got a little heat in it. I'm going to put a little bit of this in it. I like the color. Plus, it kicks it up just a little bit. For me, it's not an overpowering heat. Now, I know some people that don't really eat spicy. This may be a little too much. And if that's the case, drop back and use Uncle Steve's original. I've used a lot of original. My family loves it. Anyway, we're just gonna pat this in. Notice I just did the top side. I could flip it over here and put this on this side, but with this membrane, it's not gonna go through. But I still feel like that I need to get kind of around the edges, so don't forget that. Make sure you get these covered completely. That's going to get in the meat. And again, this is the Spicy R. And the thick meat. So now, tell you what, you're looking at this, you tell me, is that not pretty? I mean, my goodness. Those are some pretty looking beef ribs. That rub is something. All right. Now, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna let these sit for maybe as long as half an hour and just let this marinate into the meat. This, it's gonna draw some of the moisture up. It's gonna mix into the meat. And so when it does, I'll bring you back, show you what it looks like, and we'll get started with the cooking. Okay, we've let these sit about, oh, I don't know, 25, 30 minutes. That's gonna be pretty close. And as you can see, it looks like the moisture has come back up through it. And we're gonna be good enough. We're gonna start these. Now, as you see, this go around, and this is a little trick my sister-in-law taught us. With this air fryer, I've got a little aluminum foil down in the bottom here, and I want a little space between them. Let's see, I can fit the smaller one in. There we go. All right, and so we've got the first round in. What we're gonna do is we're gonna put this in the air fryer. We've got it set on 400, and I'm gonna put it on 15 minutes. And I'm gonna get it started. Excuse the shape. We're gonna get it started, and I'm gonna let it cook for about 7 minutes. And then I'm gonna pull it off and check it and probably turn it about that point. So let's get her started. Okay, we've been just a little over 7 minutes. So let's pull him out here. And let's see, oh yeah, I like that. Tell you what I'm gonna do. let's probe it. Ooh. And we're about 164. These are really, they're probing. Good and tender. Oh yeah. These are about done already. All right. So I'll tell you what, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take and we're gonna turn them over. I want them to cook just a couple of minutes on this side. And so let's stick them back in, put it back in the air fryer, and let's do a couple of minutes, and then we'll bring you back and show you what we're going to do next. Okay, about another couple of minutes. Oh yeah, oh these look pretty. I'll pull them out and show you what we got. Look at that. Hope you can see it. Oh my goodness, that's pretty. I am really surprised. This is the first time I've done ribs in this air fryer, but the fat is rendered down. It's pulled back off the bone. So, tell you what I'm gonna do. I am going to take a little bit, not a lot, but a little bit of our favorite barbecue sauce. Ding. Sounds like a bright idea, didn't it? All right, and I'm gonna take and I'm just gonna wipe a little glaze on top of these ribs just for flavor. Just a little to get these on here. And what I'm going to do is, now that's meat side back up again. I'm going to do a couple of minutes with that glaze. Okay, so we've let these go a couple of minutes. Oh my goodness. My, oh my, oh my. I'm gonna tell you what, folks. This is some pretty looking stuff. Can't wait to try it. To see. And smells delicious. Okay. Well, here we go. We're gonna try these. This is gonna be our first attempt at beef ribs in the air fryer. They look good, they smell good, they've temped out. Only thing left to do is let's dive in and take a bite and see what we've got here. Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious. Folks, let me tell you, don't turn your nose up at an air fryer. This thing did a good job. Now, of course, this doesn't have all the smoke that putting them on a smoker or whatnot would have, but this is still for days that you just want to do something quick, that you can put them in here in the air fryer and just let them go. Perfect. And they're delicious. I wouldn't be afraid to serve this to anybody. So, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please hit the button over here. We'll have another video for you over here. Until next time, hang tight.